Let's go. All right. Okay, let's go. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What is up? What is good? How's everybody doing? Tonight, today, this afternoon, wherever you are in the world, I'll be doing my One Piece top 30 strongest of the year 2020. Now, 2020 has been a difficult year for everybody, but it's finally coming to an end. So let's finish on a good note. Let's finish on a happy note. I'm recording this on the 31st, so the last day. I was supposed to do this yesterday, 30th of December, One Piece top 30, but hey, what it is what it is. Without further ado, this is going to be a very long video. Hopefully not, I want to finish quickly. But yeah, this will be my One Piece top 30 strongest. Alright, now let's do this. First things first, we have our honorable mentions. We have Enel, Crocodile, Sanji, Jinbei, Drake, Cracker, Jack, Smoothie, some of the Night Scabbards, particularly Ashura, Doji, and Denjiro and Kinemon. Those three definitely could have made it. There's Hancock as well, and there's Momosagi and Shiton, and then some of the Flying Six. Who's who is definitely one who comes to mind, and Sasaki as well. But anyway, the reason why Enel and Crocodile didn't make it because they are really strong, but the problem is we don't know if they have Haki per se. Well, we know that Enel has great observation Haki, but we don't know if he has, almond Haki after the 2-year time skip. I'm hoping it does, because if we get to the opportunity to find out whether or not he has, almond Haki, he would literally be top 15 straight away, top 15 strongest straight away. If he has, Haki, if he has Ryu, he's right up there, because his Devil Fruit is just that OP. Like the Rumble Fruit, the Lightning Fruit, that's one of the fruits in One Piece that I would actually want to have in real life. The next is Crocodile. I did add Crocodile, same reason as Enel, just Haku, that's it. Sanji and Jinbei, I didn't add them because I think they're third commander level, both of them. I think right now, I think Jinbei might be stronger than Sanji, but I think Sanji is stronger than Jinbei, yeah. Drake, he is, one of the, worst generation, but he's not. But in the chapter 1000, he wasn't there with, Luffy, Kid, Killer, Law, and Zoro. So that's why he's not in my top 30. And then Cracker, we know he's a third level younger commander. Jack, also third level. So third level younger commanders didn't make it. Smoothie, I didn't add her, even though she is a second commander. She is second commander level. I didn't add her purely because she's useless, really. Honestly, she's just a waste of space. And then some of the Scabbards, Ashura, Doji, and Denjiro, Inuarashi, and Nekomamushi. And then there's Kinemon. All of those guys could have made it, but I think they would have lost to second Yoko commanders. Each of them, in a 1v1 fight, I think they would have lost to a second level commander. Second level Yoko commander. Yeah, and then there's Hancock. She has a pretty strong Devil Fruit, but if I took the movie into account, she would definitely be my top 30. The movie Stampede, where she was absolutely amazing, but that's not canon, so I can't use that. And then there's Momosagi and Shiton, which were made into canon characters, and they were like admiral level candidates. But the thing is, I don't know much about them, so it would be unfair for me to add them. if we get like a bit about them, like from the Reverie, like a Reverie flashback of them doing something, perhaps I'll definitely add them to my 30 top 30 list next year. And then some of the Flying Six, like who's is fucking Raw. He's fighting against Jimbe, so he could potentially be in. Oh yeah, and I forgot one more person. I'm terribly sorry. Hopefully I don't butcher the spelling. Yeah, Ma. So Yamato. So yeah, Kaido's daughter. So yeah, excuse the spelling. I'm just doing this off rip. Okay, now that because she basically one shot ulti, but ulti bounced back pretty fast. She tangled with Ace, but no, but it was Rookie Ace. Rookie Ace wouldn't be in my top 30 list. Uh, who else? Yeah, she's pretty strong. Just being by the daughter of Kaido, it makes her like pretty strong on the list. And I didn't want to add her just yet because out of all the characters that I've put on the honorable mentions list, she would be my number 30. She's my number 31. Like no, my number 30.5. You'll know once I show you my number 30. Because for my number 30, I put Edward Weevil. I know this is a very controversial choice, but Edward Weevil has gotten a shout out by Sengoku because he's been mentioned to have the strength of a young Whitebeard, and we know how powerful Whitebeard was in his younger days. He was he became the world's strongest man. He had the second highest bounty in the series after Roger. Well, all that we know of, because I'm sure Dragon might have a bounty higher than Roger's. So yeah, that's enough for me to put him in 30th place because it was a toss up between him or Yamato, honestly. So I just chose Edward because I like Whitebeard more, and then Yamato being added. Yeah, and Yamato could have been and Yamato being who's probably going to be end up joining the Straw Hats. I don't think she is stronger than Sanji. Or well, after this arc, Sanji's definitely going to be stronger than Yamato. Right now, I'm not too sure. I just know Sanji will never hit a woman, so yeah. But I'm not sure. Like for my number 30, like picking number 30, like picking the bottom five was definitely the most difficult part of this whole process. So yeah, hopefully I don't do a terrible job at it, and hopefully it gets better for you guys afterwards. All right, 29, Quixote Doflamingo, the goat himself, the heavenly demon. What more can I say? He is definitely the strongest of the warlords back back when they used to be warlords. So yeah, I think even pre-time skip, I thought either Kuma or him. Yeah, either Prime Kuma or Don Quixote could have been like the strongest uh, warlords. But perhaps Kuma could have been stronger because there's a lot of theories in the community that say that Kuma potentially could have been the chief of staff of the revolutionaries. I'm not too sure about that. That's actually definitely a possibility because I think Sabo was definitely too young to be the chief of staff, and he was trained by Kuma, so Kuma quite potentially could have been the strongest warrior. But I just think because we've seen more of Doflamingo's powers, his flashback, I definitely think he's definitely a candidate for top 30. So I put him at number 29. Number 28, a very controversial choice by me, Vista. Just because of the co-sign by by Mihawk, and I think it was an SBS, either an SBS or Viva Card that mentioned Vista was fighting equally with Mihawk, so I took that with a grain of salt. But I definitely think like during the flashbacks when Whitebeard's crew was still young, I think Vista was definitely one of the strongest people there because I think he is older than Shanks if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. So yeah, after Vista, Flower Sword Vista, we have Queen. Queen, Queen, Queen. We haven't seen much from this fat, fat dude as of yet. One of his accomplishments is definitely knocking out Big Mom with that Bronco Buster, whatever it is, from the top rope. That was definitely an epic. That definitely shows his power. He's definitely very versatile with his mechanical components. And yeah, his mechanical components, his knowledge of poisons and everything. So yeah, he could definitely be a formidable opponent for anybody. But we just haven't seen much from him. So yeah, all that's left is to wait for 2021 to see more from him. Another choice of mine is Lucky Roo. I think you would have guessed like this is like second commander level place. So yeah, I put Lucky Roo at number 26. Yeah, it just seemed like a fitting place for him. And a bit of a recap, we have number 26, Lucky Roo. Then we have then Queen, then Vista, then Doflamingo, and then Weevil. Yeah. And then moving to 25, we have the GOAT. The absolute GOAT, the future world's greatest swordsman himself, Roronoa Zoro. So Zoro is definitely my number 25 because I think right now, after that 2-week training camp he had, and him getting Enma, I definitely think Enma Zoro is definitely a very, not very, I think he is stronger, or at least as strong as a second Yonko commander. Alright. So yeah, Zoro, the future world greatest swordsman, probably going to be top 5 in the verse by the end of the series. Minimum, yeah, maybe even top 3. Who knows? But anyway, Zoro, my goat, number 25. Number 24, I put Magellan. This for me was pretty interesting as well, as an interesting choice for me as well. Because I think Magellan definitely has one of the strongest devil fruits in the series. The poison fruit, his ability when he beat the Blackbeard pirates pre-time skip back in Impel Down, he basically one-shotted them because of his poison. And like the only way for you to defeat him is honestly to have Ryo, because you need to be high level. You need to be able to cover your skin so he doesn't get poisoned. You shouldn't breathe in the poisons and all that good stuff. So yeah, and he's also been mentioned to be equal to Shiryu, we will be seeing later on in the list. It's a little spoiler, but anyway, I put Magellan there because I'm sure he can beat Zoro. I don't think Zoro has any poison negating capabilities just of yet. The only way to like defeat his poison is actually to have been poisoned prior or to have the antidote. So yeah, I put Magellan 24. Number 23, Trafalgar Water Lily D Law. I put Law in there. Law mainly because of his devil fruit and his versatility. He was able to like run away from Doflamingo and Fujitora for quite a long time, quite a few minutes, not a few, quite a lot of minutes actually. So yeah, I think Law and his devil fruit just make him very strong. He has the potential with that devil fruit to become the strongest in the verse. It's just that'll just contradict the story and it'll make Luffy uh, pretty irrelevant. I think he would do a better job than Luffy if he was, you know, if he took his powers, if Oda gave him the shine he deserves. But anyway, definitely. Oh, but anyway, wait before I continue. Definitely in this coming fight, he will definitely be key in this fight. Say what you want that Luffy is gonna be doing all the punching, Kid's gonna use his magnetism and steal Kaido's club, whatever. For me, he could be the MVP of that fight because he can easily switch people in and out. He can basically save somebody right from danger with his shambles, and I think that's a pretty good power. He has his Gamma Knife, which is basically I think a form of Ryo, and his Radio Knife as well could be a form of Ryo. So he has Armen Haki, he has Observation Haki, he has pretty good sword skills and that OP Devil Fruit of his. number 22, I put King the Wildfire. Say what you want about his most recent showing. He did kick Big Mom's ship off, and I put him the lowest of the first commander level people because we haven't seen much from him. And what I've seen from him is like sort of good and sort of bad at the same time. He did well. He did well against Big Mom's crew. That was he basically just knocked the ship off. That was about it. What else did he do? Oh, he got manhandled by King. Oh, sorry, he got manhandled by Marco. So there is that. Excuse me there. I just thought about this. Alright. Okay. So yeah, he got manhandled by Marco. Forgot about the music, I thought it was listening. But anyway. Frustrating things. Moving on to the GOAT, one of the GOATs, Katakuri. We've seen so much from Katakuri. His observation hockey is superb. The best observation hockey we've seen in the series so far. Cool, calm, collected. And honestly, he won the fight against Luffy. Say what you want, but if it weren't for Flampe intervening and him having to stab himself, for honorable reasons, whatever, he would have probably won the fight. But anyway, Katakuri is probably going to become the captain of the Big Mom Pirates after Big Mom is defeated. So yeah, shout out to Kat. Here we have a bit of a recap. Once again, number 24th was a generally interesting choice for me, Magellan, because he could quite potentially beat everybody in the list who does not have a resistance to poison. But those with Rio definitely can defeat him. So I put the people who I know has the potential to avoid or negate his poison ahead of him. So like Law, he's a doctor, he can handle poisons. King can probably burn Magellan and fly away and attack from a distance. Katakuri, those peerless donuts, bro. What more do I need to say? Alright, moving on to number 20. Eustace Captain Kidd. Kidd, definitely a rival to Luffy. Well, that's what Oda said. So far, we haven't seen much from him. So he's my number 20. I don't really have much to say. He has a very cool double root power. His magnetism. Perhaps his awakened magnetism will allow him to use small bits of iron to in people's bodies. I don't know. Type Magneto, some Magneto type stuff. Yeah. I think Magneto was able to in one of the X-Men movies, Magneto was able to take iron from a security guard who ate a lot of iron-rich fruits. So yeah, that was a very interesting thing. Alright. Now moving on from Eustace Captain Kidd, I think you can guess Monkey D. Luffy as my number 19. I know a lot of people will probably put him, top 15 in the verse already, but the thing, I'm being conservative here, right? I definitely think by the end of the series, well, not by the end of the series, by the end of Wano, he will definitely be in the top 15, in my top 15 strongest characters in One Piece. I'm just putting him here, being conservative, and then hopefully, once they beat Kaido, he'll definitely just jump up. For me, he'll probably be Admiral level. I think he might be Admiral level, right there by Fujitora and Green Bull. He will be right there by the end of this fight. So yeah, that's why I put Monkey D. Luffy at number 19. I was just being conservative right now. That's why for my next choice, I put Marco at number 18 because I'm being conservative as well. So far, despite what happened in Marineford, so far Marco's showing has been quite good. You know, tangled with Big Mom a little bit. He's just holding King and Queen in headlocks and flinging Zoro up to the top. That was pretty good. It just shows like Marco is quite underrated, and those guys couldn't mess with him. So I put Marco at number 18 for now. By the time the fight with Kaido ends, Luffy and Kid, probably Law. Yeah, probably Law would also be higher than Marco. I'm saying probably with parentheses on it because I'm not sure. I think even Zoro might be. No, maybe. So yeah, number 17, Chew of the Rain. I put him there because, like I mentioned earlier, he was meant to be equal to Magellan. And then ever since getting his Absalom's invisibility fruit, that's added another dimension to his strength and capabilities. Chew is definitely, might be higher on this list, but I'm just putting him as this one of the strongest first Yoko commanders, because we don't know much yet about his abilities, about his fighting style. Perhaps, who knows, maybe in the future he can like make his sword invisible and then he defeats Mihawk and then Zoro ends up fighting Chew. So yeah, he definitely has a very high ceiling up in terms of strength right now, so I put in number 17 to be conservative as well. The same as my next choice, Ben Beckman, number 16. I think Beckman is definitely the strongest of the younger commanders. He's definitely the strongest right-hand man because of the statement said, I think on SBS or paper card, whatever, where it says Ben Beckman is the moon to Shanks' son. So yeah, that just put into context perhaps. And also what happened in Marineford with Kizaru, like, woo, Ben Beckman. So yeah, that little standoff that they had, interesting. Interesting to find out about his fighting style, his capabilities. And I think he could perhaps have been the one to take a Kid's arm. So yeah, here we go, a bit of a recap. Ben Beckman, Shiryu, Marco, Luffy, and Kid. By the end of the fight with Kaido, Luffy should be above Ben Beckman, I think. Luffy and Kid could quite potentially be above Ben Beckman by the end of the fight with Kaido. And then Law would be right under. No, Law would be perhaps next to Shiryu, somewhere there. So yeah, there we go, a bit of a recap. And now we move on to number 15. Silver's Rayleigh, the right-hand man to the king of the pirates, the Dark King himself, Rayleigh, Luffy's mentor as well. Rayleigh is an interesting character and a very polarizing character because people usually put him together with the Old Man Trio, with Garp, Sengoku, and Rayleigh, the Old Man Trio. So they usually think Rayleigh is around there, but I think Rayleigh is weaker than both of them because their primes are much higher than his prime. Because they were tangling with his captain. What was Rayleigh doing? So, I don't get me wrong, I really do like Rayleigh as a character. I think he's very strong, he's very articulate, and he has a very cool character design, wonderful hair, and yeah, just a very chill dude. And plus, unlike the other of the Old Man Trio, he's been inactive for a long time. Unlike Garp and Sengoku, who've been pretty active. Garp to a great extent because Sengoku's mainly been sitting behind a desk. So yeah, that may have worked against him. So yeah, my number 15, Rayleigh. Oh yeah, before I go on, this is where I could have put Momosaki and Shiton, the Admiral capable characters, the people who could have been admirals. So from this point on, it's just admiral level people, admiral level people and upwards. So yeah, I definitely think Rayleigh is the barrier between Luffy being admiral level and not being admiral level. I said that Luffy should be admiral level earlier on, by the end of the fight with Kaido. But right, I'm just being conservative right now. I definitely do think he could potentially be admiral level already right now, but that may be too much, That's why I'm being conservative right now. But I definitely think by the end of the fight, Luffy could potentially have surpassed Rayleigh. So yeah, that's why Rayleigh is number 15. He's the barrier between the admiral level caliber people and everybody else. So alright. So next on the list is Green Bull, the first admiral. Not much is known about Green Bull besides him being an admiral. So that's why I put him above Rayleigh, because I don't think Rayleigh is admiral level. So he's sort of like the barrier. So I put him the lowest because we don't know much about him. After Green Bull, we have Sabo, who I think is an admiral level person. I think maybe even perhaps before he got his Devil Fruit. Before he got his Devil Fruit, he was definitely the strongest. Well, I felt like he could have potentially been a rival to Ben Beckman in terms of strength. So he could have been perhaps right underneath Ben Beckman. Ben Beckman was number 16 on my list. Sabo would have been number 17. But after getting Ace's Fruit, and with his knowledge on Almond Haki, Rio, and Observation Haki, I'm assuming perhaps he might have some form of future sight. That would really make Sabo like a very, very strong and capable fighter. Mixed to that, his ability with the Mera no Mi, the Flame Fruit, just adds another dimension. Because he was already strong without the fruit, adding the fruit is just makes him even more scary. So I put him above Green Bull for that reason. And then next we have Fujitora. The reason I'm putting Fujitora above Sabo is because of the skirmish they had in Dressrosa. I felt that Fujitora had the better of Sabo. I felt like he wasn't being too serious, mainly because he had, his teammates, his subordinates behind him, because he couldn't really use or effectively use all his power. Like most admirals, they can't effectively use all their powers, in public, because they might injure the non-combatants, civilians. So yeah, despite that, I think Fujitora had the better of Sabo in that fight. And plus, Sabo was just learning how to use the Mera no Mi. So yeah. Perhaps in the future, perhaps in a few weeks, perhaps after the fight that they had at the Reverie, who knows? Perhaps Sabo could have surpassed Fujitora in terms of strength. Oh yeah, one more thing. Never mind. Let's move on to number 11. Sengoku. Second of the old man trio, Sengoku. Despite his retirement 2 years after the Marineford War, and him getting white hair, Sengoku is still definitely one of the strongest people to ever be in the One Piece universe. He's definitely one of the strongest in the verse ever. His prime is right there with Whitebeard, Roger, and Garp. Honestly, and perhaps even Sebek and Kaido as well. He's definitely top 10 all the time. Sengoku is definitely there. I'm just putting him at number 11 because of age right now. Age and his retirement. He's no longer an active duty officer anymore. So now he's more relaxed, wearing flowery shirts, no more suits. So yeah. Number 11, Sengoku. Bit of a recap, we have Sengoku, Fujitora, Sabo, Green Bull, and Rayleigh. The reason why there's a massive difference between Sengoku and Rayleigh is because Sengoku's prime was much greater than Rayleigh's prime. He's been an active duty officer, whilst Rayleigh has been retired for most of the time after Roger's death. So yeah, Sengoku has been active, so that's why I put him way above Rayleigh. That's why I put also the Admirals above Rayleigh. And then the only interesting one was Sabo. I think it's definitely because of the Merimeri no Mi that I put him above Rayleigh and above Green Bull. And quite potentially he could be above Fujitora. You know? If he had beaten Fujitora, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Maybe they escaped. Who knows? Now number 10, top 10 now. Oof. Top 10. Strongest of the Old Man Trio. Co-signed by Whitebeard and Whitebeard and Roger. Potentially the strongest Marine to have ever lived. Monkey D. Garp. Garp is a very polarizing character in the verse. He has many feats to his name, being a hero and all that good stuff. Garp the First. Him fighting off, the Rocks pirates. That was a feat. That was a very interesting thing. Him constantly fighting against the world's strongest man, and also fighting against the Pirate King. I think people use that against him, that he was never able to capture Roger, right? But Roger was never able to defeat Garp, that we know of. Roger and Whitebeard were never able to defeat Garp. There's no evidence that he actually defeated them. All we know is that him and Garp and Roger fought countless of times. It could have been like, Smoker and Luffy at the beginning, when Smoker was an actual challenge. They would fight here, punch here and there. But then, Luffy would escape for some reason, or Roger would escape Garp. So yeah, it's not fair to use the fact that he couldn't capture the King of the Pirates as an excuse. I think the fact that he didn't have anybody, or like on Rayleigh's level as his right-hand man, perhaps Bogard could have been. I doubt not many people know who Bogard is. But anyway, just Google it. You'll find out. So yeah, Monkey D. Garp, top 10. Currently in One Piece. Definitely top 5 all time. So yeah, Monkey D. Garp. He's the barrier between the new admirals and the old admirals. That brings me to number 9, Kizaru. Currently not the. I think he's the admiral who's not taken seriously. Probably because of his attitude. He's very nonchalant. He's very chilled. Probably more chilled than Aokiji. He's quite a relaxed guy, Kizaru. But no mistake, his light powers are pretty OP. The only things that work against him is that, Rayleigh was able to hold him off, Marco was able to hold him off, and Bagman was able to hold him off. So yeah, that just works against Kizaru. That's why people think he's the weakest of the 3 admirals, 3 older pre-timeskip admirals. So yeah, my number 9, Kizaru. I definitely think right now he's stronger than Garp and Sengoku. So yeah, that's why I put him at number 9. Now, number 8, Hawkeye Mihawk, the world's greatest swordsman. This is a difficult one because everybody in like the top 9 it's very close, these fights. It's like the only reason I put Mihawk ahead of Kizaru is because of Mihawk's fights with Shanks, and the fact that Kizaru's powers is just light based, so there's not much he can do like all the other animals who can change to the terrain. Like Aokiji can change the terrain to his advantage, use that against Mihawk. There's also Akainu as well with his magma powers, who can use that to his advantage as well. But who knows, Mihawk might have Skywalk, but in a one-on-one fight, like on a deserted island, I think Mihawk could lose to Aokiji and Akainu 60 to 40, with Akainu and Aokiji winning 60% of the fight and Mihawk winning 40%. So yeah, that's why he's lower than other admirals. That brings me to Aokiji for the same reason I mentioned earlier. So yeah, once again, the level of error between the fights coming forward right now is very difficult because everything is very close. The margins of error are getting closer and closer. So, like, Mihawk could beat Aokiji, but I think Aokiji would win 6 out of 10 fights. That's why it's higher. So yeah, Aokiji, my number 7. My number 6 is Blackbeard Marshall D. Teach. Well, Blackbeard is definitely an interesting character. He's the only character in the first to have 2 devil fruits. He's the Yami Yami no Mi, the darkness fruit, and Whitebeard's old quake fruit. Definitely, Marshall is definitely one of the strongest people in the verse. That's why I put him at number 6. And what more can I say? He has 2 devil fruits. The only problem about his Yami Yami no Mi fruit, it doesn't make him invulnerable like the same way other Logia devil fruits do, but he can negate devil fruit powers. So the Yami Yami no Mi is already overpowered in that sense. And now he has the fruit of the world's strongest man. He literally has the power to destroy the world now. So with enough practice, which he probably had in the 2-year time skip, and the fact that he's a Yonko, Blackbeard, hey, he might just be that guy. So once again, I'm just being conservative right now, so I put him at number 6. Here we go, a bit of a recap. Blackbeard definitely beat everybody below him. Aokiji is a difficult fight. He can never win 6 out of 10 fights with Aokiji. With Mihawk, that's a difficult one, because like Mihawk has speed on his side with his abilities. Mihawk probably definitely has a future sight, without a doubt. Probably has some form of clairvoyance as well. But Blackbeard I think he can beat Kizaru 7 out of 10 times because of the light powers. Light. He has darkness. The black hole can absorb all the light of Kizaru's power, and he has the quake fruit. And I also think right now Blackbeard can beat Garp. An argument could have been made before he got Whitebeard's fruit, because Blackbeard got one shot by Magellan. In fact, his whole entire crew got one shot by Magellan, and I think Garp definitely has the capabilities. So yeah, right now because of the Whitebeard's fruit, that's why he's number 6. That fruit alone just changes the game completely. And now we're moving on to our top 5. Top 5 strongest in the verse. I think everybody knows the top 5. Everybody has pretty much the same top 5. The only thing that changes is the ordering. That's about it. So yeah, my number 5, Akainu, the Red Dog himself. He's the only top tier character in the series to have actually defeated another top tier character. Allegedly anyway. That's what some people think. because of the whole sword agenda. So yeah, I'm not gonna speculate on that, but I'm just gonna say that he's the only one to have beaten a top tier character in the series, one-on-one. Anyway, Whitebeard doesn't count. He was old and sick. Anyway, Akainu, what more can I say? He was told to, we were told by Oda that he could have finished. If Akainu was the main character, One Piece would have been over in an entire year, which is basically 52 there's 52 weeks in a year, I think. So in 52 chapters, not taking breaks into account, One Piece could have ended. So I'm not sure if he so take that with a grain of salt. I'm not sure if he meant a year in terms of real life or a year in terms of One Piece terms, because a year in terms of One Piece terms is quite a long time, because Luffy has been sailing, having an adventure for less than a year. Yeah, for less than a year, and he's accomplished so much. So yeah. So I'm not sure. Just write in the comments, or just let me know on Twitter if I'm wrong here. So yeah, just correct me if I'm wrong. If it's 1 year in real life or 1 year in One Piece, that I kind of could have finished One Piece. I mean, could have found the One Piece and finished the whole series. So yeah, moving on. Number 4, Big Mom, the big meme, the big bitch herself. So Big Mom was an interesting one, because I think out of the top tiers, she's the only one who had a scar. I don't know if Garp has any scars, or Sengoku doesn't have scars, so yeah, anyway, that's completely different. So yeah, Big Mom, the only time she's ever been like properly injured is after the Maracaibo photo being cracked. She was part of the Rocks Pirates. She gave Kaido his Devil Fruit. She has incredible abilities and insatiable appetite. She's actually quite smart, really. Very cunning despite her gags of, the food, I'm gonna get you, and all that good stuff, what happened in Whole Cake Island. But anyway, Big Mom, what more can I say? She's very strong, she's very versatile, she has Prometheus and Zeus. She has quite a lot of natural abilities, like very strong skin, so that doesn't get damaged easily. She's very agile for a bigger woman, and I remember watching in the anime, those attacks, they're pretty fire. She's quite a good sword. Take this with a grain of salt. She's quite a good swordswoman. But anyway, Big Mom, top 4 in the verse right now. My number 4. And now, top 3. This is where the top 3 are very interchangeable. So at number 3, I put Shanks. I know. He's the youngest of the Yonko. He got his Yonko title pretty early on. Wait, not too long ago. Yeah, sorry, wrong words. Not too long ago, he got his Yonko title. He was rumored to have been, having duels with Mihawk. So that begs the question: what did he do after getting his arm cut off by Sea King? Did he become a Yonko? What did this man do? Because it must have been really incredible. So yeah, Shanks. What more can I say? Shanks is he's the mentor to the main character. So in terms of shonen tropes, he should definitely be one of the strongest in the verse, because the mentor of the main character is usually one of the strongest, either the father or the mentor. And that brings me to number 2, Dragon. Not much is known about Dragon, except that he's Luffy's dad. He's the most wanted man in the verse. He's Garp's son. He's the revolutionary leader. There's so much mystery surrounding Dragon, but I feel like We need more. We need more information. There's so many blind spots that we don't know of. So yeah, Dragon, normal shonen tropes. The main character's father is usually the strongest in the verse, or definitely one of the most strongest in the verse. Take Hunter x Hunter, Naruto, Bleach. Ichigo's father was definitely one of the strongest people around. He was a captain, yeah. So yeah, one more. So yeah, just looking at those examples, you can tell like classic shonen. Main character's dad is usually OP. Either the main character's dad or the main character's mentor. So Shanks and Dragon. And moving on to a man named Dragon, to I think everybody's top one this year. Kaido. In land, sea, or air, bet on Kaido. We finally figured out he's a mythical fish. He's a koi cop. So yeah, he's a cop that was able to climb over the waterfall and become a dragon. So yeah, what more can I say? Kaido is a beast, man. That devil fruit potentially makes him impervious to water, which is the natural enemy of devil fruit users. So yeah, Kaido is definitely my strongest person in the verse right now. His strong scales, the fact that he only got scarred one time, but that was when he was younger. The fact that he basically manhandled the Scabbards, giving them false hope. So yeah, what more can I really say, honestly? Kaido's my number one in the verse. So yeah, one more recap. Kaido number 1, Dragon number 2, Shanks number 3, Big Mom number 4, and Akainu number 5. So yeah, that concludes my top 30 list for 2020. So yeah, definitely a lot of changes will happen by the top 30 list for 2021. Hopefully I'll be able to stream my top 30 list with other people in the One Piece community, but for now, since I'm just starting out, we're gonna do it solo. So yeah, final thoughts. The worst generation kids: Luffy, Kid, Law, Zoro, maybe even Killer, are definitely gonna go higher in my top 30 list. Sanji is definitely gonna go up in my top 30 list. I'm not sure about Jinbei. I'm not sure if he has much room to grow, but anyway, I don't think he will be in my top 30 list. But yeah, the characters that I mentioned are definitely gonna move up in my list. Yamato might potentially be in my list. Luffy might surpass Rayleigh, because I think by the end of this fight, by the following chapters that are gonna come after the fight, Luffy might definitely be Admiral level. He might currently be like one of those pseudo Admiral level people, like the Admiral level candidates like Momoshiki and Shiton. I think that's where he is right now. He's in the gap between First Commander and Admiral, which is like right hand man level, which is what Ben Beckman is and Rayleigh are. And yeah, Ben Beckman and Rayleigh, that's where they are. They are right hand man level right now. They're not admirals by any stretch of the imagination, but by the end of the fight with Kaido, Luffy and Kid definitely are gonna be like admiral level caliber individuals. I'm not sure about Law, but we'll see from how he fights in this upcoming battle. He might join the other two. Drake, depending on who he fights, he might fight Queen. That means if he fights Queen and defeats Queen, he's gonna move up. Sanji, he's definitely not gonna fight Black Maria. He's probably gonna end up fighting an awakened Jack. So yeah, there is that as well. Because yeah, Marco can't fight King and Queen alone. So yeah. And there's also a Pooh who might disrupt. So Sanji is gonna fight Jack or Queen. Drake is gonna fight Jack or Queen as well. So that just leaves Marco and King. But that'll be actually quite an epic fight because we're able to see, the extent of their capabilities. Because I think the 5 worst generation people who are now fighting Big Mom and Kaido, those guys are definitely, except Killer and Zoro, those guys are definitely first Yoko Commander level. So yeah, I think Zoro is definitely stronger than Killer. That's why I didn't put Killer in my list, because Killer is like, he's just there, honestly. So yeah, that concludes my final thoughts on my One Piece top 30 list for 2020. Thank you all for your time. Thank you all for your patience. Thank you for putting up with this very, very long video. We've been more than 50 minutes so far. Hopefully, take the time to watch. I'm probably gonna post my top 30 into the description below. Go in the comment section and pin it. And then you guys, whoever decides to watch this, please pin your One Piece list below mine in the comment section. So yeah, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, honestly. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for putting up with my dumb ass. So yeah, thank you very much for your time. I wish you a happy, Merry belated Christmas and a Happy New Year. And yeah, stay safe, everybody. Keep looking to improve. Thank you very much for your time, and God bless. Bye-bye! Woo! Happy New Year!